Today we're going to share with you a strength session which is fantastic for runners, and this workout can actually be done at home or anywhere. So it's got very minimal equipment, but it hits all of the key muscles that you need to have well developed so that you become a more efficient and stronger and faster runner. We're going to be targeting the quads and the glutes, so the powerhouses of running, but we're also going to be hitting the hamstrings and the calves and the hip flexors and a little bit of core. Together, all of those exercises will make you a much more efficient runner. They're going to stop you from getting injured. It's actually not that hard to do, so let's get into it. Starting with a couple of quad exercises. The first one that we're going to take you through is called a high up. What you do is you plant your feet flat against a box or a wall and you drive your hips up, straightening out your legs, coming up nice and high, and as soon as you reach the top, you're dropping down slowly and then you're going again. You're not having any breaks in between the driving up and down phase. Whilst this one is using both legs at once, we're going to do it for a full minute. If you need to make that exercise a little bit easier, the modification for that would just be simply resting after every 2 or 3 reps. Otherwise, we want to continuously drive up and down, keeping an emphasis on driving up through those quads. The next exercise is a Bulgarian bench. The way we're doing this is specifically to target the quads, but it also does help strengthen the calves and the hamstrings and the glutes. You start by putting your one rear foot on a box, and then you step out and then you go into a drop and you get your knee almost down to the ground before you drive back up towards the starting position. Importantly, the emphasis in this exercise is to drop down slowly and then drive up fast. We're going to do it for 30 seconds on one side, then we're going to swap legs and do 30 seconds on the other side. So we're isolating one side of the body at a time. It's a really good exercise for developing explosive power in your running stride and overall leg strengthening. This next exercise is a dynamic step up. Just like it sounds, it's quite a powerful movement and it targets the glute muscle. What we do is we start on the ground, we drive one leg up onto a box or a step, and then you go into a standing position onto the box before dropping down slowly and repeating the exercise. We'll do 30 seconds on one side, then we'll swap and do 30 seconds on the other side. Our next glute exercise is a side plank with a leg lift. So you're coming down onto the ground, stabilizing and holding your body on one elbow, and then you're coming up into a side plank position, making sure that you've got a straight line through your body. And then what we do is we lift one leg up. So the top leg lifts up slowly and then raises back down gently, lifts up slowly, and repeat that pattern. You can further make that exercise more difficult by adding a resistance band in, or you can also just do a side plank hold until you get strong enough to be able to lift your leg up and down. But it's an excellent exercise for targeting the glutes, but also the glute med, which can help with reducing hip tilt when you're running. With this exercise, we're aiming to do a 30-second hold on each side. Now moving into an exercise which is really beneficial for all runners, but also trail runners and trail runners that are going for long distances, is helping to strengthen up the hip flexors. So we're going to do a banded leg lift. We're putting a resistance band around both feet and we're coming against a wall, just leaning up at 45 degrees, and then we're driving one leg up with a hold and then coming back down. And you want to keep that going 30 seconds on each side. The first specific core exercise that we're doing is a twist. Some people call it a Russian twist. You're sitting down on the ground, you're lifting both legs up off the ground, and you're literally twisting from one side to the other, trying to make sure that your legs stay straight out and off the ground, targeting those core muscles. Quite a dynamic, difficult exercise to do. To make it easier, you can just leave one leg on the ground, but otherwise we want you to aim to have both legs off the ground for the entire duration of this exercise, which will be 60 seconds. The next core exercise that we're doing are called in and outs, and you're sitting down on the ground. You're supporting your upper body by putting your hands behind your back, and then you're driving your legs in and out, trying to get a full range of motion and extending your legs right out before returning closer up towards your chest. This exercise, again, we're going to be doing for 1 minute. If you need to, just don't drive your legs out quite as far and leave them closer towards your body. But ideally, a full range of motion in and out, making sure that you're really focused on keeping your core nice and tight. So important for running because it helps you stay nice and tall if you have a strong core, which means that you can get a full range of motion as you can lift your legs up and take that next running stride. The last exercise that we're going to add into this sequence is purely plyometric. So this exercise does target the quads, the glutes, and the calves. The way that you do it is you start off in a lunge position, making sure that you're really well balanced, and then you literally drive yourself up into the air, taking a jump and alternating your legs and swapping them over through the air before landing with nice, good, even control. It's really important to this exercise that you maintain control and are careful with how you land, making sure that your feet are pointing forwards. You also want to make sure that you're looking towards the horizon, okay, and keeping your torso nice and straight as you take each leap and bound. We do this exercise for 1 full minute, or as many as you can do in a minute, because it's extremely difficult, but so beneficial to helping you develop explosive running form. So ideally, we go through all of these exercises 3 times. So you're completing 1 round, having a bit of a break, doing it another time, and then 1 more time after that. Look, if you're time poor, you can just do it twice. But you know, I think about all of the things that we can do as runners, and this is for me the one thing that you can do to make sure that you've got a really good foundation of strength for running and trail running specifically. From here we can add other things, but this is the thing that you should be doing because it will help strengthen and develop all of the key muscles that you need to become a faster and more efficient runner, reducing the chances of getting injured.